messages where y'all were messaging each other saying that you're going to go in an interview and shut it down. Well, bitch, that didn't work. Because my followers showed up. You can't shut nothing I'm doing down, ho, because you're not on my level. You gutter bitch, that's what you are. You slum whore. I have never stayed in a house as raggedy as yours, ever in my life. And bitch, when you doxed me, the reason why you didn't show my house, because it was 4,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, bitch.
Listen, man, there's a leading epidemic in this country right now. It's called being broke, bored, and unemployed. BBU. You know what I'm saying? They're suffering from that BBU. Broke, bored, and unfucking-employed, bro. This shit is sweeping across the United States, and there's a lot of folks that just don't got shit to do, ain't got no money. So what do? You know, they go on TikTok. TikTok is brain rotting a lot of America. I'm talking about just stripping the mind of dopamine and logical thinking. Okay? Broke, bored, and unemployed, man. Listen, we haven't talked about the Carmelo Anthony case in a long time, a couple of weeks or whatever, you know. But even though we don't talk about it, it does not mean that bullshit is not happening. Okay? Now, recently, in the whole saga of Carmelo Anthony, the free boy, the one who's being oppressed by the system, right? All the supporters are now doing mock trials of the Carmelo Anthony case. Right? Like, why don't we do that for everybody? That's going to solve all injustice in the criminal system. Let's just hold mock trials on TikTok. Genius maneuvers, folks. Genius maneuvers. And I'm being very sarcastic when I say that. Listen, it's gotten so bad to where the Carmelo Anthony family themselves had said, like, listen, we don't want any mock trials. This doesn't help us in any way. Please stop doing that. But see, I feel like this is the symptom of being broke, bored, and unemployed. Okay? But anyways, listen. Sarah Fields has gotten brought up many times, right? And now it kind of seems like this whole BBU group focuses only on Sarah Fields because of her coverage and the Carmelo Anthony family putting them out in the way that they don't want to be put out, right? So there's a couple of videos that I want to cover. Shout out Sarah Fields. She uncovered this. And I mean, it's really just telling of like the demographic that supports Carmelo. You know, it's really not that big, and they're all morons with a 70 IQ. But anyways, I just want to show you guys what's happening in the whole Carmelo Anthony sphere right now. This is going to be an exclusive look behind the scenes of the Carmelo Anthony crew. Let's go ahead and check this thing out, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's do this thing.
He's saying, no, he can't be online, because he's never been in the Zoom calls. Now, the people that were in the Zoom calls, and I hate to have this conversation publicly, but the people that were in the Zoom calls...
I love when she says, I hate to have this conversation publicly when that's the only thing these people do. Listen, I don't fucking understand, dog. At least me, personally, I voice that I'd like to have my opinions out there publicly. Like, this is what I do. I record videos, we give opinions, we have discussion. This is what I'm aiming to do. I hate that one motherfucker that's always like, oh, well, I don't even really do this for like clout. I don't really do this for views or nothing. I just, like, bro, what is, like, well, if you're not doing this for the views and for the whatever, have the conversation in your own household then. Oh, I hate having this conversation publicly. Ma'am, let's be real. You love having this conversation publicly. This shit gets you fucking going. Fuck is she talking about? I hate when people say some shit like that. Like, bitch, just keep it 1,000 with me. Everybody else will respect you a lot more. I hate to have this conversation publicly. Well, bitch, don't have it publicly. Sorry. You know what? Sorry.
Were privy to the fact that he could be online. Because
Miss Tiff.
He being Drew. So I'm gonna back this up a few steps. Basically, she's angry that people are holding these mock trials and shit, right? So we're gonna get into it eventually. When she says he, she's talking about Drew Anthony as if he's some fucking celebrity or something. Like, oh, he might be privy to the live. That's Drew they're talking about.
and I hate to have this conversation publicly, but the people that were in the Zoom calls were privy to the fact that he could be online. Because,
Miss Tiff.
yes,
I'm so sorry. I don't wanna interrupt you, but we haven't been in the Zoom call. That's something you said to us on one of our panels. You said that on one of our panels.
Okay.
We did. That's something that you said outside
okay,
of the Zoom.
okay, if you'll just allow me to finish. And I'm aware of that. So the people in the Zoom calls, they were aware that Carmelo Anthony could be online. This is a conversation that I had with the people in the Zoom calls. And yes, Minion, you are right. I have said this also on, I believe, I can't remember whose panel it was. I think it was Honey's panel or something like that. But what was not said was that his family watches the lives and tells us what they don't like and what they do like. I've never told you guys that.
And the fact that, and I feel like she's definitely using this to like flex that she's close to the family and she has some type of status that she doesn't really have. So it's like, oh yeah, the family talks to me and they don't like this. But it's almost like, if this is true, which I'm sure it is, why would you, you know, if this is true, like, what is the family really doing? You're spending your days watching fucking TikTok lives, trying to interject and tell people how things should be ran and how the story should be told. Listen, your son's gonna be someone's fucking girlfriend if you don't get it together. I promise you, bro. Over here watching TikTok lives, you need to be making some money and funneling it into that lawyer or into the two lawyers that they have now. You know, I don't know. I just never understood. I can't understand how the parents of a alleged murderer can waste their time in a TikTok live with people who are absolutely nobodies. They're nothing. They're nothingness. They're nobody. Their opinion means nothing. My opinion means nothing. It's the same as if Drew Anthony came into my live stream all day, every day, and tried to fight against my opinion. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. Focus on your lawyer. But, I mean, shit, listen, man. People will people, is what I always say. People will do some dumbass shit, and all you can do is chalk it up to the human race. Dumbasses. Listen to me.
except unless you were in the Zoom call.
I remember you when we were, it was in your live particular. And that was where she kind of felt conflicted about being in the mock trial. That was the last time that I do recall you even saying that a particular individual of the family has even stated.
No, that was on the Tuesday live.
No, sometimes I can't remember whose live it is, but I remember it being.
Sorry to interrupt, but Tiffany, do you want to move this to a private conversation?
If we want to, that I'm
No, I don't. Let's go ahead and have it here because I have things to do.
And let's pause it right
What
there.
I'm saying.
Remember, Tiffany, first of all, said, I hate having this conversation publicly, right? Then someone else comes out, well, hey, Tiffany, do you want to have a private conversation? No, I don't. I have things to do. Listen, Tiffany ain't got shit to do other than go to her security job or some shit. Wait, Tiffany ain't got shit to do. Talking about, I have things to do today. Anyways, bro, I swear to God, like, I can't stand. It's almost like they feel like they're somebody because they're somewhat loosely involved with a case that has nothing to do with them. Yeah. You're not a celebrity. Oh, I have things to do, so I'll just do it publicly. Bitch.
Thing is that when I addressed Ms. Sierra for the mock trial, that was specifically, I specifically said, Drew said that he did not see the benefit of the mock trial, that he did not want any supporters of Carmelo having the mock trials. If you don't support Carmelo, mock trial it out. But if you support Carmelo, he did not want you having any mock trials, because in his eyes there was no benefit to that. And so I did say that. I probably said that on a couple of lives. But what I have not said on live is that the family watches and they tell what they do like and they don't like. And you said that in one of the screenshots.
And I did it, and then if I misquote, I completely.
No. Hold on, let me finish.
And you know, that's that little inner turmoil that they'll always have, because the Carmelo Anthony supporters have no, you know, there's no critical thinking there. They're just gonna implode and self-destruct every single time. Every single time a group like the Carmelo Anthony supporters will self-destruct and end up having a civil war within their own community. A group like this, you don't need to even do anything about. You just have to get the popcorn and watch it happen. You know, clearly, Tiffany McAdoo, or whatever the fuck, Tiffany Billions, whatever the fuck her name is, clearly she's a control freak. You know, she wants that control, and now she feels like she has it with these little TikTok panels. Bro, it's such a fucking joke. It's like, do any of these people have jobs? Go to work. The fuck? This shit is not paying the bills. It's not.
I have anemia, and sometimes I have memory loss, right? I can't remember things short term sometimes. And so I said that his family says what they do like and what they don't like, right? And then also the issue that I had with your particular screenshot is you telling how many people were in the Zoom. I didn't understand how that was relative, and to me it's just extra information. And so extra information that you were providing to a panel who frequently has ops on its panel. And I take that to heart. If you're an op and you switch sides, and I'm just speaking to my children, if you're an op and you're for Austin and you switch sides and you jump on Carmelo Anthony's team, you're forever an op.
Well, don't worry. I'm never switching over to the Carmelo Anthony team. It makes no sense. The only way I'm switching over is if there's hard, cold proof, video footage, evidence that shows that Carmelo Anthony was being attacked. But we all know that is not the case. Okay? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of funny that it's really hilarious that even within a group that supposedly has the same ideals, you know, they're still going at each other's necks. It's almost no different. It's no difference. Like, they supposedly have the same ideals, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they go at each other's necks like fucking piranhas. Because there's no structure and there's nobody smart attached to this movement. That's why it happens. It's not even the deepest explanation. Nobody with a brain is attached to this movement. So all you have is a bunch of fucking morons that are going to eventually start clashing heads. They want to run the campaign this way. This person wants this type of recognition or acknowledgement. This person wants to become famous off of the story. It's always going to crash and burn. You know, and we're watching it happen with the popcorn. Let's continue.
Hear what you say and how you're pro Carmelo Anthony now. Now, that is how I view it. That is not how the Anthonys view it. So we have different views going on here. But what I'm saying is that I wanted to look at your responses and I wanted to say, okay, yeah, I've said that publicly before. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know. That's kind of borderline. But then when you disclose how many people were in the Zoom, I'm like, what the fuck? Is she doing this on purpose? Like, how was that relevant? And why would that information be proffered or offered up on an ops panel?
She trying to sound all proper and shit. Why would that information be proffered? And and offered up on that panel. Listen, this is fucking TikTok. It means absolutely goddamn nothing, bro. You're irrelevant to any. They're having beef over TikTok panels. TikTok panels, bro. What even is that? Oh, you went on the Ops' TikTok panel and gave information of, man, listen, it's sad, and it's like a Black Mirror episode. Everything we do, it feels like a Black Mirror episode nowadays, bro. And this is a prime example. Like, it doesn't make sense. This means nothing. You guys are wasting time. Do something that will make you money, at the very least. This is not it, but let's continue.
That was my issue, was that you telling how many people were in the Zoom, and you saying that when I was in the Zoom, I'm telling you guys what the family likes and what they don't like. And so that's one reason why the Zoom is canceled today. It's not because you mistake.
The Zoom got canceled.
It's because I'm getting ready to disseminate a plethora of information, because I want to look at you guys as a team. Again, I gave the metaphor on 1, 2, and Trees Live, and I said, kind of like an architect spreading out their plans. And I'm going to tell you the layout of this house so that we can work together and we can come to a viable conclusion on how this house / this defense should be structured, so that if the defense goes outside of this structure, we know that they are not for Carmelo, right? Because you cannot advocate for a case and trust attorneys. You have to hold their feet to the fire. I need a team to do that.
And that's why every time I hear the word advocate, I'm like, I kind of throw up in my mouth a little bit. And you know, there are some groups that advocate out of the kindness of their heart and for a real noble cause, right? They exist. They're real. They seem like unicorns, but they exist. You'll find a couple unicorns every once in a while. Most advocates, in the way that she's using it, are scam artists. They're filth. They're garbage. Oh, I want to advocate for this trial, and I want to understand when they're doing something wrong, so we can put their feet to the flame. Bitch, she don't give a fuck about nothing about this case. She cares about her own personal notoriety, her own personal gain of some sort, numbers, cash apps. Remember, people are sending her cash apps too because she's connected to Drew Anthony. So she's sending, you could just send it straight to me. It's almost like AG Tactical giving you his bank account number and said, wire your entire fucking savings to that shit. And then I'm going to use that savings to help the homeless. And you just need to trust me. That's how Tiffany's moving out here. Give me the money and I'll just give it to the family. Don't even trip. Right? Right? Man, listen, the scams in this whole situation is actually crazy, folks. It's crazy. And the internal conflict is just icing on the cake, because whenever there's internal conflict and there's ratchet ass motherfuckers like this, a lot of tea gets spilled and a lot of people start to tell on themselves.
And I was looking at assembling a team, and that's why I said if you come on the Zoom, you don't tell what we discussed in the Zoom. Even how many people were in the Zoom, that's personal to me. That's personal. It's personal to the Anthony. Because, y'all, I don't know, like...
I understand, Tiffany, where you're coming from, and I'm sorry that I missed
Okay, y'all know Drew be in my Zoom sometimes. Okay, come on, let me put it on the table.
I wouldn't even... See, and that's something I definitely didn't understand. You know, because I knew that was very...
But I'm saying, y'all want to talk about this? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why I'm such a hard ass. Let's talk about why I will kick you out and block you. And that doesn't mean you're not part of the movement.
That's that power trip.
You're not part of the inside team that I can disclose things to, because you're saying things
That's that power trip right there. You see what I mean? She has a little bit of power. She feels like she's God now. Ooh, I'll kick you out for anything. That's why I'm such a hard ass. That's why I'm such a hard ass. Yo, Tiffany is very undesirable. I don't know who really deals with her in her life, but whoever does, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But anyways, I wanted to show another video, right? And this is basically Tiffany Billions in another panel. Billions, McAdoo, whatever the fuck her name is, right? She's in another panel basically ranting about Sarah Fields, right? And we all know that Sarah Fields is like the lead investigator. She's like the lead reporter in this entire story, right? It's not a question. It's not a feeling. It's basically the facts. She's the lead, that is a fact, right? For some reason, Tiffany Billions or Tiffany McAdoo just can't handle that, and she went on a hate-filled rant about Sarah Fields. And I just felt like that was a good little way to end this whole video off, is really seeing how Tiffany feels about Sarah. Not even about Carmelo. At a certain point, she has a problem with Sarah. She doesn't even care about the case at a certain point. It feels like a lot of projection, but I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. They've been on a rampage after Sarah Fields, and there's one more thing I'm going to bring up after this entire video that happened today. But let's get to that in a minute.
I hate to see her fucking face. Bitch, I hate you. You whiny ass hoe with your broke.
So basically this is like a panel that's up, and I think the main screen is showing something that Sarah had wrote. You guys are...
This is getting more and more heated. As you can see, there's a lot of race involved, a lot of race hate on Sarah Field and Anthony McCarthy and all. These people that support Kamar Anthony are race field haters. Now, if it was a role to reverse, if the black boy Kamar Anthony was killed by the white boy, they'd be wanting swift justice. And none of this evidence, they have the white boy locked up in prison, in jail, and still waiting trial. But yes, you can see, Commander Anthony is walking around. He just got put back in jail now, because everybody that's supporting him ain't following the gag order and is fucking up everything. Commander Anthony's folks are scamming people to send them money. Instead of buying a lawyer, they went and bought new cars, jewelry, a house. Instead of using that money to get a lawyer. Now they got two good lawyers after getting more money from people when they should have got the damn money to begin with and use for a lawyer instead of going around buying cars and tricking themselves out and everything. This is why I'm saying, as a whole, as a human being as a whole, we're fucked. I remember when I was younger, if you killed somebody, you was automatically put in jail. It didn't matter if you was black or white. But now, oh, you like a black person because he's No, motherfucker. He did not defend himself. He went there with intention to kill somebody. If you're gonna go there and see a friend, why will you carry a big ass knife in your backpack? And how things are going now, Drew Metcalf and everything, how things are going on, when they saw him reaching the backpack, they thought he had a gun. That's why they rushed him. They're not there just to attack the guy, beat him up. They thought he was trying there to kill somebody. So when you reach in and say, try me, see what happens. You reach in your backpack all of a sudden, automatically people say, oh, you got a gun. We gotta rush you. That's still time to get to that person before they fire on somebody, okay? Why in the world would he bring a knife to a school he don't even go to? And 2 months before this happened, he got in a fight with people. Even Charles White said they trained him because he has no fucking hands. That alone tells you that's a little bitch. And everything. So I'm gonna switch it back over to the video for another 30 minutes. Then back to this video which I want to do.
It for yourselves if you like, and this clearly sent Tiffany Billions up it sent her down a path to where she started to crash the fuck out, man. Listen, if there's one thing I believe off of Tiffany, is that she hates Sarah Fields. That one thing is true. But anyways, let's see what she has to say.
And asking for $25. Bitch, I got that 4 or 5 times over just sitting in savings, ho. Bitch. I hope somebody reports this and send it to her. And fuck you and your attorney, bitch.
Oh, she's probably already doing that with her attorney.
And I wish you would run up on me. I wish one of you...
Oh yeah, she's probably fucking her attorney. I mean, listen, I'll be writing these points down like defamation. I mean, but at the end of the day, you don't want to sue people like Tiffany Billions. They have nothing. Clearly, they have nothing. That bitch is broke as a joke. So you don't want to waste your time suing her. That's why Sarah Fields sued people like Charleston White, somebody who actually might have something.